tuned for Airgun Detectives.
Welcome to another episode of Airgun Detectives. Today we're going to take the mystery out of the Crosman 1911 CO2 pistol. Yeah, it's a .177 pellet pistol. Before I get into that, let's take care of the business real quick. If you could hit that subscribe button as a huge favor to me, I would really appreciate it. If you'd like to be notified when we come out with new videos, please hit that little bell. In addition to that, love your feedback. You guys are great. I love the thumbs up. If you have time, throw a little comment in there. I try to get back to most of those comments. If I didn't get back to you, I apologize. But just there happens to be a lot of comments as of late, which is fantastic. So keep up the good work. In addition to that, I introduced something to you guys a little while ago called the firearm guard, which are these, made in the USA. These are absolutely awesome. I've got one in my safe. I've got hooked together there. Anyway, I got one in my safe. I got one in my gym bag. These are great. They will eliminate moisture up to 60 cubic feet, which are fantastic. So I hooked you guys up. Special deal for you. If you go to the website, which is www.fireguards.com, these are under 15 bucks, made in the USA, and they will hook you up with free shipping if you use a promo code AIRGUN, and that's just for you guys, just for the viewers. So AIRGUN. But like I said, these work wonders. Ever since I had an issue with some rust on one of my guns in the safe, I was looking for a product that would capture that moisture, and sure enough, this stuff works fantastic. Go to the website and check it out, and they have a variety of different pouches. They got some pretty cool, unique ones too. But check it out. But don't forget that promo code in case you decide you want to buy something. Use a promo code AIRGUN and you get free shipping. Okay, so we got enough of that. Let's talk about our Crosman. No, the gun does not come looking like this at all. Let me show you what it looks like. It looks like this, and it comes in a plastic clamshell. And it's very, very similar to the Hetson 1911 and also the Dan Wesson 1911. Same company makes them. They just have a little bit different cosmetics. For instance, the difference on this one is it has the 3-dot sights, which I'm going to show you right here. Actually, pretty nice sight picture right there. In addition to that, it's also got a rail underneath, which is great because if the gun doesn't shoot at point and aim, you can put something on there like a laser like I put on here, or you can put an aftermarket rack on there where you can put a sight on top, what have you. But the gun definitely doesn't come like this, and I'm going to cover at the end, I'm going to go over how you can do the same thing. So I paid right around $50 for this thing on sale because we had such a kind of a bad experience with the Hetson one, and I wanted to give this another shot, literally another shot. But I'll talk about how I put these aftermarket grips on here, how we got this finish on there, and we'll go from there. Again, they're claiming this thing will shoot 450 feet per second with some light alloy pellet. I'm doubtful of that, but anyway, we're going to find out because we're going to run through the different gamuts of tests that we do. This does have a metal slide. It's got a completely plastic frame. It's double action. It does have a dropout magazine, but when I was talking about this is similar to the Hetson, I wasn't kidding. Okay, here's a Hetson 1911 magazine. Let me pull this out. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, Hetson 1911 magazine. There's the back. Got it from the side. See that? And then here is the front. They're identical with the exception of color. I mean, look at these. It's basically the same. It's basically the same gun. It just has a little bit different cosmetics. They both have the 6-round rotating magazines. So each it's a 6 rounds go in each cylinder. And then what happens is they rotate. So in other words, you shoot your 6, then you rotate it and shoot your other 6 and push that back in. But anyway, again, same gun. I prefer when loading these I really prefer to use a pellet seeder. So when you drop your pellets in, then you come along and just seed them in just a little bit. Keeps them in there nice and secure. Let's see how well this gun performs. Let's put it through the test. Under 60 bucks. It looks like a lot more expensive gun now though. And again, stick around. I'm going to show you how to refinish your gun so it can look just like this. All right, let's move on to the next segment. Okay, we got our Crosman 1911. We shoot 5 shots over the crony. We'll see what type of velocity we get. We're going to shoot the RWS, the 6.9 grain super hollow points, the SHPs. Let's just shoot 5 shots and see how well we do. All right, shot number 1. 329. Shot number 2. 338. Shot number 3. 341. Keeps going up. Shot number 4. 339. And shot number 5. 345. So it looks like we're kind of close to the almost the 350 mark, the high 340s on a 5-shot group. So let's move on to the next segment. All right, we're going to test our Crosman 1911 for some accuracy. We're our usual 32 feet back, roughly 10 meters. And we're just going to test this for grouping. I've got this little laser on the bottom. Since my eyes are so bad, I'm going to use this little laser. And we're just going to aim dead center. And we will see what type of, it's a little windy right now, I got to be honest with you. But let's see what type of grouping we get. We're just shooting Meisterkugels. And they're 7.0 grain. And I think we might have one more. That's it. As you can see, not too shabby for this type of distance. Pretty decent group, if I do say so myself. So let's move on to the next segment. All right, let's test the pull weight on our Crosman 1911. Now this is a double action trigger only, because it actually rotates the magazine in there. So let's see what type of pull weight we got. We got our trusty little Lyman trigger gauge here. And let's see what we got. Okay, that's 9 pounds and 5/10 ounces. So it's about a 9-pound trigger. But it's actually, honestly, it's quite usable. You pretty much get used to it. You know where the release point is. And not bad overall, especially considering the price point. So let's move on to the next segment. Okay, my favorite portion of every review is the plinking. So we're usual 30 feet back, close to where we were shooting the targets. Let's just, I've got some small objects up there and just a couple shotgun shells, a couple cans. Let's just see how well this does. All right, start with the can on the left. All right, little round. The other little round. The others. All right, and the last one. Oh well, at least we nicked the last one. All right, let's move on to the next segment. All right, let's wrap up our review with our conclusion here. Well, you saw the performance of this. Let's keep in mind, this is like a $50 gun. So you can't expect a whole lot of it. But what I did like about it, in all honesty, was the accuracy. The accuracy was amazing on this. Now, we were assisted with the laser on the bottom. My bad eyes that helped me do it. But you saw the grouping we got. Incredible grouping. We got our 0.41 of an inch, so 4/10 of an inch, center to center for a 6-shot group. Fantastic. I mean, that performed like your more expensive air gun, that's for sure. Like I said, but what do you want? Trigger's not horrible. It's double action only, and it's a 9-pound trigger pull, but it's very controllable. You can kind of know where the creep is and then where it goes off. This hammer, completely cosmetic, does nothing for the gun. Could actually remove it and probably look just fine, but the hammer doesn't do much. The dropout magazines, remember I said they're identical with the Hassan and the other, which they are, but just takes your 12-gram CO2, It's got the typical nut on the bottom. Just loosen that up. You drop your CO2 in, tighten it up. The magazines come loose. There's this little release button here. You pull that down, and these come out. You load these up. I would suggest using a pellet seeder on these, and go ahead and then pop those in there. Once again, they were claiming, what, 450 feet per second with a light alloy. We didn't use a light alloy this time, but I did use a 6.9 grade lead pellet, and we averaged about 340 feet per second, which was actually respectable, and you saw what type of grouping it got. But are you going to tell me you're going to get 100 more feet per second out of a light alloy? No. You maybe get 50 more feet. So, you know, they're overstating the velocity definitely on this, without a doubt. But keep in mind, this is, like I said, I paid like around 50 bucks for this, so you can get it on sale. Let's talk a little bit about how I did this. Okay, so again, this is what the gun looks like when it came stock, all right? So I started looking at this, and you guys saw the review, my recent review with the Colt 1911. Basically the same principle. What you're gonna do is you mask it off, and you start working it with your wet and dry sandpaper. And I like to start with like a 400 grit, work my way up to 1200. And honestly, I did this entire gun in under 2 hours, the entire gun, including the grips. And what did you do on the grips here? Well, these are standard 1911 grips. Basically, you just take the grip and you hollow out. There's a swollen area. Let me show you, because you can see it on here. There's a swollen area for the CO2. You see this indentation here? So what you have to do is there's 2 spots on the grips, on these specific grips, that were flat. So you have to just take a Dremel and kind of just cut those out so these lay flat. And your whole idea is you want these grips to lay completely flat on here. So you just got to cut them out. But other than that, I didn't have to alter them. The holes were lined up, and they end right at the base of the gun, just like it's supposed to. But you need to definitely, because that's what happens with these magazines. They need room for the CO2 to come in, and that's why if you try to put a flat grip on there, these CO2s would hit. So anyway, that's all there is to that. But it's just elbow grease. It's elbow grease. So you go through your different layers of wet and dry sandpaper, and like I said, mask it off just so you don't touch some of these areas, but take the grips off the gun, and the rest of it is you mask off. This gun really doesn't come apart. It's very inexpensive. So just mask off all the vital areas and just keep working it. And when you're all done, go for like a metal polish, some type of metal polish, and just finish it off with that. But it really does give the gun a nice look. And getting rid of those plastic grips, what a huge difference. Even though the frame is plastic, it's still plastic. Like the back strap doesn't work. The safety actually does work, which is good. Safety over here. But it's just some elbow grease, and you can turn a $50 gun and make it look like a much, much more expensive gun. That's for sure. I do like the fact that this version over the Hassan has the rail underneath. That way you can put a laser on it or what have you. And again, I do like the 3-dot sights on it. So because this gun was so accurate, and it was, you saw that. That's just not that common. But because this gun was so accurate, even though it's definitely shooting higher velocity than the Hassan I had, but it's still not even close to where they claim it is. But with that, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. It's going to get 3.5 stars. So, and I'm a little generous when it comes to 1911s anyway, because I'm just a huge fan, and I have a bunch of them, and I'm going to give you a bunch of reviews on them. So, and go through all the different ones. I got some that I really customized too, but we'll get to all that. Anyway, hey, I appreciate you tuning in. Do me a favor if you hadn't already, hit that little subscribe button down below. And if you'd like to be notified of new videos, hit the bell. And once again, thumbs up are great. A little feedback is terrific. Check out my website, www.airgundetectives.com. And don't forget, this is where we take the mystery out of the air gun. And until next time, be safe and take care.